Hello and welcome to the Legends of Valcia. Tonight is episode 31 of our ongoing long-form Dungeons & Dragons campaign. I am your host, Llama Chomp. I will be playing the Dwarven Monk Artificer Harbeck Ironfest. Right above me is Eversor.
Hi, I'm Eversor. I play Brieg, the insane gnomish rogue. But I think this week we still might have Lord Silverstar, one of Brieg's alter personalities.
Above him is Babs.
Oh, hey! I'm Babs. I'll be playing Din Blade, the ranger who was raised by wolves. And I will be fighting with my internet this evening. So I'm appearing courtesy my phone.
Over there is Nima.
I am Nima. I'm going to be playing Gergintius, the human fighter raised by dwarves.
So much like being raised by wolves. Above him is Flick.
Yep.
I'm playing Tabrin, the human multi-magic caster / leader.
And in the corner,
Accurate.
I always try to do something for the final introduction, and I'm doing it badly this time, is Lolash.
I'm Lolash. I am the DM. I'm responsible for the game world and everything in it, and killing off party members like I did last week.
He's only mostly
While
dead, right?
everyone else is being watched.
So, speaking of last week, I'm going to do the recap this week. Let's talk about what happened last week. Last week, we started off after a Spryjack attack, which I didn't mean to rhyme. There was a Spryjack attack. They threw some kind of explosive, sticky thing at a rock. The rock exploded. It became a golem. And that's where we started the session last week. You guys fought the golem. It was very scary. And a couple of you almost died. But you managed to handle it, beat it down, and kill it. After you'd killed it, you discussed what the plan of attack was from here. The original reason you came to these ruins was to search for a book. Lord Silverstar had suggested that the book might be the key to gaining entrance into the realms of Thakon, where you are headed to try and free the mate of Felagor, a magical flying cat creature that you are indebted to. And while there, you also believe you need to seek the assistance of some of the Fae, according to Drudnash, who had imbued you with some interesting knowledge earlier on in the campaign. You searched the ruins looking for the particular book that was supposedly hidden by Lord Silverstar several years ago, and after gathering and looking through every visible book you could find, you had no luck. Din, who is still paranoid of fire, was staring into the fire and saw something golden glinty in the fire, tried to grab it out, burnt her fingers. The book was underneath the fire pit, but it was sovereign glued to the ground. And you sort of opened it up and had a bit of a flick through the pages, and it was written in Elvish and didn't seem to be very exciting. But Gergintius heard a voice in his head, and apparently the book was talking to him. And the book told him he wasn't ready to read the book. But Lord Silverstar suggested it might be a good idea anyway, so Gergintius opened the book with the tip of his sword, and in doing so, activated an anti-magic wall of force in a bubble shape around him and a man wielding two swords who climbed up out of the book, and proceeded to duel Gergintius. Although duel is kind of too soft of a word. He sliced and diced and toyed with Gergintius until Gergintius was a bloody mess of ribbons on the ground, effectively dying. He was reduced to below 0 hit points, and after reducing Gergintius to a bloody mess of human flaps, he re-entered the book, and the wall of force disappeared. The party healed Gergintius, stopping him from dying, which was very kind of them after they'd watched him fight the duelist. And then they were just discussing what they were going to do next, where they were going to head, what they were going to do to get entrance to Thacon, and what they were going to say to Gergintius when he woke up. And that's where we're going to be starting.
Yeah.
So,
Oh no.
what's the plan? I didn't miss anything, did I? Is anybody...
No, that's
I forgot to mention Harbeck made some universal solvent out of basilisk acid, which they're waiting on to cure so they can take the book with them.
Right. So, I believe that we have arrived at the conclusion that we should take the book with us and probably not turn it over the elves.
yeah, that's
Which
definitely need to.
which means we
Keep
need
it
a
safe.
different way into Thacon. So, a couple of options are that we can head to the one of the regular passes that will be guarded and do our best to come up with some legitimate reason for our entrance. That poses some points of difficulty. For example, it's likely whatever reason we make up to be allowed in, they will want to do things like search our belongings, etc. They may find the book that we have recently decided we don't want to turn over to them. And coming up with a reasonable explanation for why we need to be in Thacon may also be difficult. The other option is we could try to go...
Why don't we just tell them the truth?
We're here to steal a magical creature that your king has put in his menagerie. That's what
Rescue.
you would like to say?
Well, they're a bit of truth.
Whatever verb we
that
use, I
might
don't
tell
think
them.
it's going to work.
Like, we're adventurers. That works almost everywhere.
And it's true.
The reason that we're adventurers works in most places is that most places have need for adventurers.
Right.
Thacon does not.
Oh.
They have an extraordinarily effective military, and any problems that an adventurer may be called on to solve in a typical region in Thacon is handled by one of the numerous available special teams available for such problems.
Well,
Elves live a really
we
long
know-
time, right?
Typically.
So they probably know that the Earth is dying. I mean, the world.
They may. Convincing them that we are key to its survival will be difficult.
What if we just show them our tattoos? I mean, my tattoo. And his beard. His beard is pretty convincing, you have to admit.
You're not wrong. I see one
And
or
your
two
lumpy
possible
bit.
scenarios. Yes, still itches on occasion. I see one of two possible scenarios if we try that. It's possible that showing them that we are bound to the Octrast could earn us some limited amount of freedom. I think that more likely, however, they're going to want to ask us some pointed questions about how we acquired them, and there may be some study and
Right.
things.
and when they
Seems to me.
when they want some pointed questions, the point can be quite literal.
I can't be 100% sure which of those paths it will take, but it's a risky proposition. We do have one.
Certainly, the
Well-
elves haven't built a wall around their kingdom. Is there any reason we can't?
Yeah, so that is what I've been trying to suggest while being peppered with questions.
Get to it already.
You really should just get to the point.
Well, if
You
you would
do
all
a
shut
lot of
up,
talking
I
sometimes.
would.
I had a really great idea. We just go in. We don't have to see anyone.
Oh, we're going to infiltrate then. That sounds like that'll go real well. I bet they don't guard their borders at all.
We might have to leave you outside. You're not very sneaky.
Speaking of itching,
that's what the third time. Are you feeling the same thing?
Yes, I honestly, I wish that I could gather some more information other than that was briefly uncomfortable. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean, however.
Right.
I assume it means something.
I'm sure it's happening to me too, but I'm incommunicado at the moment.
So, would you like me to finish my thought, or do you want to continue talking over me so I can?
Just start with the good
You're
part.
using a lot of words when you could just talk.
We could also try to pass the impassable mountains. They are not guarded because they are, as I just said, impassable. We could make it into Thacon if we can find a way through the impassable mountains.
There's no such thing as
I'm not
impassable
really
mountains.
good with common, but doesn't impassable mean that they can't be passed?
Right, not by like an army, but like, you know, the five of us might just climb right over. I mean, it's way better than like sailing in there on a boat. I don't know why Harbeck has started saying like. I don't know why he became a Valley Girl all of a sudden. I need to have him have a better thinking word to pause on.
For
I have
example,
no idea what just happened. I don't know. When we write the screenplay, we'll have the writers
People won't
rewrite
say
those
like,
lines.
yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Can you sail a boat over mountains?
That's not a bad idea. What does anyone know can we fly? If we go back to Alisar and get the avian. No, wait, we blew up their whole temple.
You mean the ancient temple that we left shrouded in a pile of...
Never mind. That wasn't a good plan. There's got to be some way to fly, though, right? Tabrin, you're
You know
magical.
what?
Can you make us all fly?
If I were us and I owned an inn and I saw us coming, I would not let us in. Just throw that out there.
Right, that's because you know what we do to inns, but regular innkeepers don't.
I don't know.
That's why we keep getting to do it to more inns.
The mountains to the north and to the
Carry
west
a
of
sign.
Thacon are considered by the elves of Thacon to be impassable. So much so that
So the elves
they
can't pass
regularly
them.
patrol them. The elves are incredibly skilled in almost everything. If they consider them impassable, it's likely because they are in fact impassable. But
Or
given the option of trying that versus walking through one of the guarded passes,
right.
such
I
as...
think the
I
question
really
is,
think there's a difference
which is
between
more
strategically
likely to fail?
impassable
Are we likely?
and actually impassable. Right, it might be that elves don't guard the mountains because there's no way an army's coming across that could threaten them. If 5 people climb the mountains, they'll just kill them 30 miles inland. They don't need to worry about guarding the mountains from 5 people. It might be perfectly passable to the 5 of us.
It's perhaps worth a try. I think that our odds of making it into Thacon alive and in possession of the book are perhaps slightly better trying the mountains rather than trying the guarded outpost at the south of that mountain range.
Don't they have sewers or something we could go through?
Silver Star, there's a potential third way.
Oh, I know of a potential
That's
third
all.
way. I will tell you.
There's a potential third way, and you wouldn't have wanted to bring it up unless you absolutely had to. If the party refuses to go over the mountains. The Kuan mines, which the elves used to mine mithril in for various metal works. No, we're not going to the mines of Moria. Don't worry about that. The Kuan mines.
That way unless
How
we have
greedily
no-
did they dig? That's important.
They dug way too deep. No, the Kuan mines were a mithril mine that was exhausted and then collapsed. But they did tunnel the entire way through the mountains, through those impassable mountains. Now, they were collapsed, but a collapsed tunnel is still a tunnel with either effort or magic. And you have a dwarf.
I
He
can
knows
shape
how-
1 cubic foot of stone every 6 seconds.
Doesn't need a knife. I've got a dunk.
We'll go right through this mountain in several years.
So as long as the stone giants aren't fighting when we try to pass the mountains, then we won't have to go through the mines of... Wait, I'm mixing my J.R.R. Tolkien's, I think.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, so there is that option. You could go under the mountains as opposed to over.
So if we are opposed to attempting to cross the impassable mountains, there is a small chance, I would put it even smaller than crossing the impassable mountains, that we could go under the impassable mountains at a location called the Kuan Mines. That would be my last choice.
So your first choice is go over the mountains.
Why have we dismissed trading?
Yes.
Do they not trade with, like, individual merchants? Couldn't we just show up, why? Words, stop doing... Couldn't we just show up... Couldn't we just stop here
As
and gather some local fruit and whatever, and then show up at the borders and say, we are merchants and we would like to sell you this fruit that we gathered in the forest.
bum 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 bum.
While Thakon is not entirely isolated from its neighbors, the merchants allowed in are vetted. I don't think that just showing up with a bag of fruit will be sufficient to gain us entrance.
Right, so you have to have traded there
What
before
if
so you
they
can
are
trade there.
apples
How does
worth
anyone trade there
500
the first
gold
time?
pieces each?
They've got to...
Introduction by an existing merchant, introduction by a political power, introduction... I mean, there are ways. If political envoys are frequently admitted...
You're an elf, so why don't you be our envoy?
Yeah. And we'll be your guards, and you'll be a prince of a far-off elven kingdom that has really, really short elves.
Poke the silver star until it explodes. Just poke it. Just everybody poke it.
Or we could just go over the mountains.
If you would like to go and discuss your thoughts with the elves at the checkpoint in Flyen, please feel free. I will not be joining you.
Okay, so we'll go on ahead and say that we are escorting a really short elf from the really short elf kingdom, and we need to secure him an inn.
What other resources
We
do
should give you a
have?
name.
What about Lord Silverstar?
They might recognize that one.
I mean,
What that though?
Shorty McShorty face.
I suppose we could try to secure some sort of political influence from one of our former acquaintances. It will require us backtracking quite some way, but that would also be an option.
I wonder if there's a way to get a message to the bird guys.
The thing that makes me nervous about entering Thacon through any of those legitimate means is that I find it very unlikely that we will manage to get in and still be in possession of this book. And I thought we determined...
I like how making up a story that you're a prince is a legitimate means.
Right, so...
no.
what do you...
I was not discussing that because it was so ridiculous it didn't even merit my attention at all. So I ignored that entire conversation.
Friend, do you have a dagger, perhaps? Could you just show me where you keep your dagger?
It's in this thing.
Just show me a dagger. Right, put the book in there. They never search in there. It doesn't even exist. How can they search in there? They couldn't. It's impossible. Oh, I broke him. We did poke him until he exploded.
He actually did explode. Yeah, we just lost. We lost him. Is he still around? Is he still gonna come back? Come back! Come back! We still love you.
The internet of this hotel makes me so sad face. Somebody else is going to have to roll all of my combat tonight because I can't get into roll 20.
Is your spoon like a Swiss Army spoon? It looks so weird. It is a Swiss Army spoon.
And I took out, there's another side that has a fork, but it comes apart so you can use the knife and the fork at the same time. And that has a corkscrew. And this thing with where's my mug?
Bottle opener?
Blue screen of death. Bottle opener and a can opener.
And a wine bottle opener.
Yeah. So that I can have all the booze and a fork. And this one has an all or
be
something.
a few minutes.
Right, so since Lord Silverstar is contemplating so deeply on why don't we just put the book in his dagger hole.
Flabber book!
We made him so angry he can't speak to us anymore. We had to walk away before he exploded a person. Oh no! That wasn't good.
Critical structure corruption seems like a great
back.
thing to have happen to your computer. In all caps with underscores.
Oh!
He's gotten to the error codes that are in all caps with underscores. That's not a good place to be.
He's what?
In retrospect, my lack of internet seems totally deplorable.
I've gotten a text from Eversource that says his computer blue screened, and it's a critical structure error in all caps with underscores. He's in the all caps with underscores area of computer error messages. It's not good.
Isn't Windows
That's really
10
not
like
good.
all the error messages are just like a big frowny face on a blue screen and then the error code in all caps at the bottom? I've gotten one or two.
Shall we wait
Check,
a moment
confirm
for
or
him to
deny.
reboot and then continue? He's kind of in the middle of this conversation, so I'm kind of disjointed.
Yeah.
If
He has
just-
another computer,
I don't know
if he
it has
considers it long enough.
Uvu on it. Maybe he has to, maybe he has started downloading it.
We'll just give it a minute. We'll give it a minute.
Something. Hey, how long till my unglue
We
is
can
done?
talk. It's the morning. You're waiting till the next morning.
And it's
It's
like
currently evening.
mid-afternoon or something, right?
Late afternoon, yeah.
One time,
Most of the
I
day looking through
pounded
books.
a pint of Ben & Jerry's.
With a Swiss
Well
Army
done.
spoon.
Pounded it.
With a
Yeah.
Swiss Army spoon. Babs is hard. As hard as nails.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
What we could do is because a lot of people have been asking us to talk about what's been happening in the campaign so far.
A big recap.
because there's a lot of things that have happened, and I think it'd be fun to reminisce over moments that happened in the campaign up until this point. Like, if you have any questions or have had parts of the campaign on your mind, like, whatever happened to so-and-so? Did we ever actually finish doing that? If you've got questions about stuff or you would like to reminisce, now would be a good time. While we wait for Nevermind.
You might be on.
Ask a background questions.
Haha, you all just got teased. We're not doing that.
Just kidding.
Like,
Welcome back, Everson. Apparently I have an amazing background and I have no idea what it is.
It's like flames.
So I'm going to boot up the stream and have a look. What have you done to me, Llama?
You have a green screen,
Right now,
and
it's
I
like
chroma
Everzor.
keyed it out and put in a picture that Waffle recommended, because Waffle was not wrong.
Okay, I can't actually see it at the moment because we're doing the camera shuffle.
You're back in your correct camera position with your awesome correct background.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a...
Yeah.
I have
It's
a
super
flaming
evil where you
background.
are. I mean, it's basically like, I tried to get it as close to what we would see outside your window in Australia as possible. Right? Because isn't your whole country
a lot of
routinely on
poisonous
fire?
things in it.
Yeah, the whole country, like, I was actually going to take photos, but my phone died because I drove through the whole area that burnt, and it's just black. Like, the fires in Australia burn so hot and so fast, we don't burn down trees, we just burn them. They lose all their leaves and branches, and they just black sticks sticking straight up out of the ground because of how quick the fire burns through. And it's just that for like 150 kilometers. Just both sides of the road and the center of the road down the median strip, just
Yeah.
black.
So
the whole
it's
way.
just-
Still.
it's true to life. The background, it's realistic. Why is taking the book into the city a big deal? The book is like ridiculously magical. The book is as magical as the Oakdrost we've been collecting, which we've been collecting so we can punch gods in their faces. Like it's a super, and it's really important to the elves specifically. So if they knew we had it, and we didn't tell them we had it, that would be really, really bad. And the elves are kind of jerks, and if we told them we had it, they would just take it away.
And maybe kill us
Well,
for having it.
They have not been nice to us in the past.
Yeah,
I should have said that in
making some
character,
assumptions.
because every time Harbeck has had a book near an elf, the book got taken away. I don't think it actually got taken away by an elf. It was taken away by that one person who thought they were all important, and then started worshipping Brieg for whatever reason, which made me invent my Briegism religion.
Great. She was the innkeeper, wasn't she?
Yeah, well, she was posing as the innkeeper. She was actually the leader of the Brieg cult.
The high
She
priest
killed somebody and then stitched them back together. It was bad news.
What?
Yeah.
Pretty sure
There
you
was
made
something messy. No, people were dying and getting stabbed, and then
Yeah, and they just made it all go away.
Healed
Like,
them.
didn't Brieg go on one of his rampages or something at night? And then, like, everything
And
was
she-
just tidied up in the morning.
and she just
No,
covered
one of
them all
them
up.
killed Brieg.
oh,
And
you're
then
right.
she
Yeah,
One of them killed Brig.
That's
and
right.
then she healed Bree.
That's who Brieg got all messed up. It was Brieg.
He was poking around in the stables. I don't remember why that was happening.
Okay, alright. So we should get back to it. We were in the middle of a conversation when we lost Eversol. We were trying to work out how you plan to get into the realm of Thacon.
Yeah, and Harbeck
When
just
Silver
suggested
started
that
getting
you
so
put the book...
frustrated that he literally blue screened.
Yeah. Harbeck suggested you put the book in your dagger holes, and that's how we sneak the book in. That was what happened while you were
Dagger
blue
holes.
screening. I don't know if you heard it.
That
We
sounds
could
so
try
dirty.
that. Do you? Are you excited at the proposition of hoping that the elves don't search you thoroughly enough to find where I've hidden it?
You're hiding it in a place that doesn't even exist. How are they going to find it?
How pretty are the elves? I might be excited that they are searching us thoroughly.
I am. Well, I suppose when we get the book off the ground, I can test putting it in the extra dimensional space that my gloves lead to. However,
Gargantius.
They may check. They will recognize the gloves are magical. They might check. They're that sort of.
Or just take them, and then we've lost the gloves and the book.
Fuck.
And whatever else is in there. I don't want to know.
What if we put the book?
Fuck.
What do elves really
Give
hate?
Gargantius.
What do they hate a lot?
Have we figured out how to get the book out of the fire?
Yes.
We're still waiting for.
No.
I think I'm pretty sure that him moaning about the book is because the book tried to kill him, not because he wants it.
Fuck. You jerk.
Right. So, I've made some solvent. It needs to cure for 12 more hours. It'll get the book out of the fire pit. Right. What do elves really hate? What if we take a barrel and we fill it up with like dead fish or some such that they wouldn't want to search through because they don't want to get their dainty little fingers all fish smelly, and we just put the book at the bottom of that.
I'm going to go sleep for the next 12 hours. If you would like to spend the rest of that time coming up with your inane ideas, please feel free.
I'm just throwing ideas out there. Everyone else has given up. We've got to go. If the best idea we've got is walk through the gates, then that's what we're going to end up doing. I'm just trying to brainstorm.
If we can't walk through the gates and we can't go
I've
over the
already
mountain
proposed.
and going under the mountain is worse, why don't we take the time to use political influence that we do have? I mean, we've been in the halls of, or the Thorn Falls. We saved the prince. He owes us a favor.
Right, what are they going to
We
say
have
when
a dwarf and a half with us.
the guy that looks like Brieg doesn't remember being Brieg, and it's really important that he's in charge of owning all of our gear while we're in Thorum.
He doesn't have to come back with us.
What if do you remember the goblins? They were goblins, right? I'm being super racist.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't tell
they
a
were
goblin
goblins.
from an orc.
Orcs are bigger, I think.
Right, what?
Didn't they invite us?
We should see
come
them on the
see
way
them?
back. If we're going to, maybe they were very surprising. Maybe they just know how to like walk around in the elven lands, and they don't even realize that it's difficult because they've got all their secret passageways and things.
Perhaps we should go ask the Spry Jacks. I mean, if you're going to just...
The Spry Jacks were not nearly as friendly.
I mean, if the idea is just, I will now say something absurd, and perhaps that will work, we could do that literally forever.
If
No,
you
but
want to shoot
that
down,
wasn't a bad idea.
Look, here's the new rule: for
I
every
have
3 of my
proposed
ideas
two
you shoot
solutions to
down,
this
you
problem.
need to have one. How about that?
I already gave you 2 that are realistic. We could try to go over the mountains, it will be difficult. We could try to go under the mountains, it will also be difficult.
I was
we
all
could
for
also
going
go
over the
try-
mountains. Why aren't we doing that? Let's go.
We could also... because you're still talking about getting the goblins to politically influence our tunnels into Thakon or something.
I thought someone had already
And
shot
the
down the
only reason
mountains.
he's doing that is because you keep saying that the mountains are impassable and going under them is even worse. So
Right,
quit
so let's
saying
go over
it's
the
worse
mountains.
and
I want you
just
to
say, let's do it.
I want you to understand the difficulty. That's all.
Right, let's go climb the
We
mountains.
could
Saying
spend
it's
40 minutes
impossible.
coming up with...
Look, you all took
Indignities.
me on like 3 boats. We're gonna go over one mountain, and you're gonna like it. Let's go.
I agree with Harbet.
We still have to wait for 12 hours
Foot
anyway.
has been put down.
I'm going back to sleep. Somebody make sure Gagintius is still alive.
Look!
Fuck.
Yeah, he's still alive.
I wonder if he reacts the same way to the food. No,
No.
not traumatizing enough.
So the plan is you're going to sleep on it, and Harvick's put his foot down, and you're going to attempt to cross over the mountains. That is what's going to happen. We've decided.
Yep.
Great.
sounds
That
like
only
If we
took
can't
30
go
minutes.
over, we'll go under.
Yeah,
Right. Just a casual 30 minutes. All right. It's night times, so you're going to sleep. Is there anybody
On the
going to be
bright side.
keeping a watch?
Silver Star may have had an aneurysm, so there's that.
I can take one watch, first watch.
Wait, are we sleeping for 12 hours? Is that, like, it's super early evening, right?
Do you have anything better to do?
Yeah, Tavern and I need to figure out the make Silver Star go away
we need
potion.
to figure out how to. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm gonna search the nearby forest.
So
Breed would have been equally as frustrated by that conversation.
Right, but he would have been so much more meek about it.
Meanwhile, two party members conspire against another.
Lava. In your
If I can't change him, we can at least make him sleep longer.
In your list of ingredients, did you come up with anything that you thought would help?
Let me look. There's probably some stuff that I don't know what it does yet that will help. Oh, I have the book! I got a book today. I'm gonna read my book and find something in the book.
Oh, the book that I was reading. Oh,
Yeah, the book that I got
The
from
book about
Gurgintius
the local.
before he learned to hate books because they hit him with swords. I want to find a good ingredient in that book.
Okay, so you're reading through the book to see like what the stuff in your backpack does. What are the unidentified plant items in your backpack?
Cave funguses.
You had 3 different kinds, I believe.
My notes say cave funguses. That's what it says.
That's all you
I
wrote down. You
remember
really
where
need
we
to-
get them.
I'm super bad at notes.
They were different colors. One was red, one was
You really need
orange.
to make better notes. There were 3 cave funguses. One of them is listed in the book. It is the orange cave fungus. I believe you collected 3 doses of the orange fungus. I would have to rewatch the VODs, but I believe it was 3 doses that you walked past and collected. The orange fungus is what you're looking for.
Hey, great.
So the orange fungus, apparently, like, it clears the mind. It affects memory, and if taken in small doses, it can allow you to just clear your mind and have a really good sleep and you know, forget a trauma or something like that, and was used as a medicine particularly for war veterans who'd suffered significant traumas. And you could mix that up with a little bit of the white lily that you had collected from the river in the area, which Din had told
Which
you
is the
about.
opiates.
Was it Din?
The poppies,
Which is
yeah.
the opiates, which would allow you to create a beverage that put somebody to sleep and wiped their short-term memory.
Is that...
And by resetting Brieg's brain, by resetting Brieg's brain and making him forget what you are actually doing, that should clear Lord... Because the only reason Lord
Right.
Silverstar's here, Lord Silverstar told you, is because he didn't think Brieg would handle going to Thacon.
Right, Brieg panicked when he heard that we had to go to Thacon.
Yep.
And rebooted in safe mode. And so we just need a hard reset.
Mhm.
And we'll get our Brieg back. Great, do you think...
You expect that would work.
Who does Lord Silverstar like and trust enough to drink what they hand him? Because it's not me right now.
It's entirely possible that Lord Silverstar, like, you could just tell him, drink this and you get to go away. He might take that option at this point.
Here, drink this poison season, and you never have to speak to us again. Okay.
What is Silverstar's experience when he's not in control of the body? Like, maybe he does want to go back there. I bet it's a lot nicer than dealing with me.
It's like genie in a lamp. It's
Yeah. All right. So, Tabrin and I were working on that earlier, and we had most of the concoction ready, and we should finish it now.
Yeah.
Okay. It won't take you long to add those couple of ingredients. You can probably get it finished before Lord Silverstar even manages to doze off.
Great. Shall I consider it finished and pick up roleplay from there?
Yeah.
Are you asleep yet?
Not quite.
Great. Would you like
Is there
something to
something I
help you
can do
sleep?
for you?
I'm going to be bustling about the camp for a while. It'll be quite noisy. Do you want to? I've got something that'll help you sleep.
Certainly, it's not going to taste like that dwarven. The ale that dwarves tend to like is a bit strong for my tastes.
I don't even know what it tastes like. It's not good, but it's probably worth it. You just need a little bit. I'll give you something to wash it down with. Wait, you don't like anything I've got?
All right.
It's not good, but it's probably worth it. Like oysters.
It's medicine. Medicine doesn't taste good.
Yeah, it's you're probably right. If it'll help me sleep for the next. How long do we have to wait for the solvent?
About 12 hours. to
11
get
hours.
Yes. Well, thank you. Silverstar kind of braces himself and then tosses it back, and then after he drains the whatever container you gave me, goes. Hey, wait. How much of that did I have to drink?
All of it will be fine.
Are you sure it's not going to have any ill effects?
No ill effect. Are you allergic to? No ill effects at all.
All right. Well, I'm starting
Why
to
is
feel
he
a bit
turning
funny. I
orange?
think I will lay back down if that's all right.
Okay. See you in the morning.
Okay. Or not.
See you in the morning.
Did you break him?
No, I fixed him.
Tabra
Remember
walks
that
over,
time-
gives a high five.
Remember that time when you fixed me and then there was a battle and I was asleep?
Right, this isn't like that.
Did we just...
Well, it might be. I mean, we've got 12 hours, right?
Sleep.
Something could happen.
Who's taking watches? Who's taking watches tonight?
I'll take
I
the
can
first
take one.
I'll take the third watch. I'm almost into roll 20. I'm almost in. Oh, my connection has been interrupted. Never mind.
Harbeck wants breakfast watch again. He likes to make breakfast.
I'm gonna go ahead and not take any of the watches.
Because you're the best elf.
You're busy having your brain reset.
I'm going to say that I cannot because
No, you're
unconscious.
sleeping through till the morning. Yeah.
If you'd like
I'll take a watch.
to sit first, I could pull middle.
Sure.
Okay. Then I'll roll your perception because you can't.
Great. Because I can't. I'm trying really hard. All signs point to I have internet.
Normal.
Oh, magic is happening.
Oh, wait. I am so good! Oh no, I have to turn on the thing. Nobody can see the... There you go. I got you this.
Hang on a second. I'll tell you. The night passes without incident. Everybody in the morning wakes up except Lord Silverstar, who is still sleeping until I finish typing. And then Lord Silverstar will wake up. Gargintius, you will wake up to the smell of cooking ham because you hadn't quite finished curing the bacon.
Oh, it hasn't been a week yet? Okay.
It hasn't been a week. It's only been like 3 days.
Is this a squirrel bacon?
Oh,
Harbeck, do you...
it hurts everywhere.
Hey, you're alive! Good job.
Yeah, you guys didn't mention the book was a huge jerk.
How did you think
I
it was
don't
going
think
to
we
train
knew
you to
that
be the
part.
best swordsman in the world?
Well, I mean,
Also,
training
it
is...
told you not to
you
read
guys
it.
use the word train very, very loosely. It was more of a, hey, you're gonna learn the extreme hard way. Why don't you
Did
die
you learn?
first?
Right, I think the lesson was
In the book's
you
defense,
can yield
the
sometimes.
book tried to tell you not to do it.
You know what? I'm gonna beat that jerk up next time. But I think I did. Right before I went down, I figured something out, but I haven't, put it into practice yet. I was copying him, but I wasn't copying him. But I figured out the thing that I wasn't doing.
Fair enough.
But it was a little too late.
Was it realizing you're outmatched and quitting?
No,
think that
I figured out the trick. He has a trick. It's
Open
it's
the
a
book
gimmick.
again.
No,
I want to see
I'm
your
not
trick.
ready. I'm not ready, but you guys will see. I'll here. You know what? Next fight, you'll see.
All right.
What book is that? Is there a book?
Brig! Brig, come give me a hug. Brig, I need a hug.
Brig.
Wait, Brieg? What?
Brieg of
Why is
Misthiel.
Brieg? Brieg's back?
Brig, where do you go when Lord Silverstar comes and visits us?
How is
What are we
Brieg
doing
back?
Right, do you get to pay
What are we
attention
How are
doing
you
here?
not?
when Silverstar... We're at some ruins because Lord Silverstar told
Yeah,
us that we needed to find a book. We found the book, and then we got rid of Lord Silverstar because we love you more.
Oh, you killed? How
I
do you
know
kill
where
him?
we are.
He's not dead,
What are we doing
Gargitius. My goodness.
Oh, I don't know.
Wait.
I was out for a while.
Wait, Brig, you seem a bit disoriented. Will you ask me your question again?
I know where we are. What are we doing here?
Oh, we're looking for that book in the fire pit.
We found it. We found that book.
Right, it was glued to the fire
Oh
pit.
yeah, we
And we
definitely
couldn't
found it.
get it out until this morning.
I know it's glued to the
Did
fire,
we
but
get
I
it out?
put it there. Why are we taking? What are we doing here?
Right, why did you glue it to the fire
Reading the
pit?
book.
The thing is dangerous. Well, and the elves were coming. I really don't like. This is not a good place for me
Right.
to be.
That's okay.
That's fine.
Okay, we can go. Harbeck, unstick the book.
Right,
Whatever
so,
you do, nobody open that book. It's
right, we
dangerous.
need to tell you a kind of funny story
How
about
long ago was
Gargitius.
I out?
Because he might have opened the book with his sword because you told him to. That might have
I
happened.
did what?
Yeah,
you-
you told me to.
It went okay. He's not dead.
In your defense, Harbeck said it was a good idea
No.
because he asked the beer.
No.
And by went okay, you mean he's back alive now.
He was never
given you
dead.
one
What was
but I
the
don't really
real
understand
part
that.
of that, by the way?
The good part was we know how the book works, and when you're ready for your training, you can use the book to train.
Okay.
I think.
Wheel.
I don't know. The
Wheel.
spell's not super specific. Spell. The thing that I do. Not
The beer.
super specific.
Brig.
Right. So, Brig,
breakfast. I'm really hungry.
I need you probably alone for a moment because I have some difficult things to tell you, and I don't want Silver Star to come back. So we need to be delicate.
Okay.
Um.
This place makes me uncomfortable.
Right. That's good because we're leaving. As soon as we unglue the book, we're gonna leave.
The book makes me uncomfortable too. Why are we taking it?
Because you said we need it. I think it might be Gargantius's Ochtrast. Like, if he's gonna help us, I think he needs the book to train him so that he can help us when we save the many universes.
Oh, well, that is an unfortunate conclusion. I wish that weren't true. That book frightens me.
Does it frighten you because it beats you up? Or is there something else about the book?
Well, obviously it's got a connection to the elves, and I don't really like the elves, but mostly it's because it once tried to kill me.
Okay. Well, we're going to give it to Gargantius, so if it tries to kill anyone, it will be him, not you.
Well, if you think it's important, as long as we're careful, I guess that'll be okay.
Video cannot. Uh-oh. My Uvu is having a bad time, and everyone is now a screen that says video cannot.
Aww.
My internet connection isn't optimal. This affects video quality.
I love how succinct that explanation. Just video cannot.
Yeah.
It just cannot.
objects.
It just cannot.
It literally cannot.
Who knew
right now.
that
I just
Uvu
can't.
was
I
a
cannot.
basic white girl?
It would like a skinny vanilla soy latte, please.
And
Right,
I
don't
just
spill it on my
cannot.
Uggs.
like seriously.
So video cannot. Great. Good. Beautiful. What was before I got distracted by video cannot? I was breaking hard news to Brig.
You were going to take Brig away from probably Din, mostly, to have a hard conversation.
Right. Brig, let's just take a bet from
Din's
Walt.
not good at tact.
For a
Harbeck's
moment.
not great at it, but I guess he's better than Din.
Harbeck's good at dancing around topics. Din will just be like, this sucks.
So,
So we tried to kill this guy. But he lives, so it's fine.
how stable are you feeling right now?
Stable? Well, last thing I remember, we had only recently left the ruins of Reykjavik.
The ruins of Flagra.
Ruins of Flagra, right? We're currently in the ruins of Reykjavik.
Ruins of Reykjavik. Yeah, I knew.
We had recently left the ruins of Flagra. There was. Do I remember I remember the conversation with the fellow gore, right?
Yes, yeah, that
Okay.
happened. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I remember I had a talk with the Felagor, and then I have nothing from about where we camped before crossing the Dregnall until now.
Right, so in that interval, you got some disturbing news. Right, and you went to your safe place, and Lord Silverstar came and was with us for about a week. And we've just figured out how to get you back.
It's unusual. Usually, when I have those episodes, there's some memory of it. Like, not quite a full memory, but almost like I dreamed everything that he did. You know, like
Right.
like there's something there, and this
Wait.
time there's just nothing.
Right, we might have gotten you back by deleting your memory a bit. Just a bit. Because we didn't want you to remember the reason that Silverstar came in the first place. Which puts us in as
You mean
as
because
my. You're familiar
You
with.
mean because we're going to Thakon? Yeah, I remember the conversation with the Felagor. I know where we're going.
Okay, good. And you're still you.
For now.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, that's great. I guess I don't have much to tell you then. I'm very great. Good. Are we still friends?
Yes.
Good.
Is
Will we still be
what
friends
you
if I
used-
tell you the plan to get into Thakon? We're gonna go over the
Perhaps-
mountains.
Can I ask you a question? Oh, we might not see any elves that way.
Good. Okay. Good. Yes. Ask me a question.
I think I may have crossed those mountains once before.
Great. Do you think you remember the way?
I don't know, I'd have to think about it for a bit. Honestly, the memories of my flight from Thakon are shaky at best. I may be misremembering, but perhaps if I think about it for a minute, I could be able to come up with something. Getting into Thakon is going to be difficult for me, but I've been getting better. I think I may be able to hold on. We'll see.
Okay.
I'll do my best. I take it your time with Lord Silverstar was difficult.
Well, I don't know how much you remember from the last time. I have a great time with Lord Silverstar, one-on-one, when the two of us get a chance to talk in the basement of a Vanishing Vampire Inn. Silverstar and Tabarin had a very difficult week. They are not friends.
Yes. Yes.
I'd say that's a very accurate statement.
I think he'll be very glad to see
I've-
you. And maybe you should go tell him hello and that you're back.
I will. It's a really unusual experience existing inside my brain. I've never had a direct interaction with Lord Silverstar. I mean, I know that he exists, and I sort of see the things that he experiences through, that sort of dreamlike state. But I've never actually had to talk to him. I'm not sure that I would like him much either, judging from the little I do know about him.
I can see why he might not be easy to like.
Anyway, is the whatever it was you dosed me with one of your brews? I assume is that safe? I mean,
Well,
if something happened and I needed it again, is that safe to do frequently or occasionally?
so the
Do
key
we know?
ingredient helps people with traumatic memories get rid of those memories. So we probably wouldn't want to give it to you frequently and in high doses because you might forget a lot of things. But if we give it to you occasionally in small doses, I think it's perfectly harmless, especially if you don't like your memories.
Well, I certainly have lots of traumatic memories.
Like, I
Alright,
think it gets rid of the most recent ones first, though, which would have to go quite a ways back to get you cleaned out. Probably.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's any way to undo it entirely. Look, while we've been talking, let's go back to the group. I think I'm okay for now.
Brig, it's so good to have you back, lad. I've missed you. And I just want to do inappropriate squeezy things that you probably would not appreciate. But I've just... And Harbeck completely loses control and scoops up Brig like a 10-year-old child and squeezes him.
Aww.
I appreciate your restraint.
So you guys walk in.
And on that note, we will take a short 3 or so minute break so that we can have 2 cuts for YouTube. This will be a shorter YouTube video because we'll have a cut in the middle and a cut at the start. That's okay. We'll find out how the party plans to get over the mountains of Thacon. Hopefully in the next hour. It's been an hour already. Maybe we will in the next hour if we're lucky.
This is almost as good as the whole hour we spent talking about dwarven property law.
Contract law. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back with another episode as soon as the alarm gets it uploaded. If you're watching on Twitch, we'll be back in about 3 minutes. Everybody say goodbye. We'll see you shortly.
Goodbye. We'll see you
We'll see you shortly.
See you shortly.
Short jokes.
Oh yeah.